Welcome back to Stuck Inside Gaming's playthrough of Valley. In the last episode, we got up here on this mountain to the Soma facility, pacified a few swarms, because they was hungry for Amrita, which is weird, because it's everywhere! Can't feed themselves, so they have to have us Pathfinders force feed them. I turned down the volume, because it was I turned down the whole game's volume, because it was actually getting a little overpowering for me. In general, I noticed, so... Like Tarzan, or oh shit. That was a mistake. Okay, much better. Nobody saw that. And we got to hear a little more from Blair, I believe. These medallions are getting cleaned up fast. Getting into that pyramid first is going to be tough. Hopefully I find some more quick. I want to be the first to explore it. And we all want a lot of things in life. Sounds like a rapidly consuming chipmunk eating those acorns as they drop. Anything back here? No? Okay. That'd actually be kind of sneaky. You got one box open here, and then behind the environment, there's another box you wouldn't think to look for because you already picked up a box. There's keys in it. Why is this thing so intact? And how did it get up here? Visually, there doesn't appear to be any reason it's up here. Oh, that's why. Okay. We have made it to the Soma facility. And here I thought Soma took place underwater. Oh wait, wrong Soma. I might actually play the game Soma one of these days. Yeah, see? Thought those were acorns. Find a way inside the abandoned facility. How long has it been abandoned? Where did everyone go? They're dead. Clearly. World War II. And if this game takes place in the same point in time that it was released, that's 2016. Hey, little buddies. I guarantee there are not enough acorn doors to supply the number of acorns I have. I could be wrong, but I feel like I have more than enough for the entire game. Recharge units. Amrita packs to restore a small amount of energy to your suit. Fair. Oh, I heard that. Four shots in their passive head, so they're not terribly hungry. Piece. It does lead to the question of how did we find this place? Was someone here before us? Probably. But who and for how long? Obviously there was a civilization here. And that is not where I want to be! Gusts of wind! Yeah! Sorry about that. Yes, little guys, I know, you're happy. I keep hearing rocks crumbling, but generally if they've been sitting a while, rocks are pretty complacent to stay where they are. Or not complacent, I don't think so. You get what I mean. They don't move unless they have a reason to move. That being a strange weight placed upon them. Ah. It's a nice view, although I don't think there'd be so much fog. No, I don't want to go all the way back down there. It'd be a horrible hike back up. And I don't like that it keeps loading in like that. Computer shouldn't have that kind of problem. Up here. Aha! Yep.
While I appreciate being brought in to study the valley, I wish the military's presence here wasn't so domineering. I can't say these giant structures add much to the view. It would be nice if this was simply a place of study and conservation. I'm doing my best to steer the army away from the ruins, but the only thing that seems to concern them is their project. Gathering up as many of these strange orbs as we possibly can.
That one was green. And come on, do you really think the army would care that much? Come on. I'm gonna overshoot that jump. Oh dear. Well, this is unfortunate. Okay, so... yeah, Armida storage is not terribly surprising. Because you know they'd want to keep as much of this stuff as possible. There's a generator somewhere, or something I have to hit. Way up over that, or to open that. And whoop, we go. Find a way in, we make our way in. Open sesame! I'm guessing Pendulum was a contracted company with us to kind of help maintain stuff. Excuse me. Made our way in. Explore and search. Oh, the life seed. Gotta have the life seed. Gotta get the life seed! No trees or orbs nearby. Take energy from storage cells to restock your reserves. Why was this a thing? Obviously the place is decrepit, but what reason would anybody have to drive a truck through a door? Note from a guard. I'd give anything to be a Pathfinder, but there's no way I'd ever be eligible unless I suddenly lost 60 pounds. That'll never happen. Too bad. I bet you could pick up a lot of girls in those things. Oh, you could pick up a lot of things in these things. Andrew Fisher audio logs.
September 17th, 1942. My name is Andrew Fisher, leading physicist and head of Project Pendulum. Pendulum is the research and development project directed by the Army Corps of Engineers to produce a weapon of mass destruction that can bring an end to the war through the unconditional surrender of our enemies. In response to the spy-ridden efforts of the Manhattan Project, headed by my cohort, Robert Oppenheimer, Pendulum has been founded under the utmost secrecy. Funds, pride, and soldiers' lives are all on the line in a race to win the war, thus giving rise to the name Pendulum.
Okay. Within the Soma facility, we are surrounded by the Amrita-fueled fuel slugs extracted from the valley. As such, we tend to be isolated from the effects of the Pathfinder's quantum death side effects. I was amazed to one day step out of the facility and see scores of trees dead around me. Huh. This had to be a storage place. I kind of wonder where all the high tracks are that let you climb up to those levels. There's another green one. Now give me some of that back. From worker, most of the contractors who helped construct this place have since been sent back home, having no idea where exactly the mountains they had been working. As far as they knew, they were simply building an alternative energy research compound. The army was careful to hide the orbs, ruins, and sprites from the contractors, limiting where they could go and what they could see. Understandable. And we have a new one. Okay, these things regenerate. Cool.
As a precaution to both Nazi and Soviet espionage, Pendulum's location and purpose is unknown to the outside world. Taking a cue from the Manhattan Project, only a small few know of Pendulum's purpose, operating under the guise of an alternative energy project. As it came to light that Manhattan had been plagued with espionage, it was agreed upon to shroud Pendulum within the government itself. All those who knew of Pendulum's true intent are here. Though admittedly extreme, we can ensure an ironclad umbrella of secrecy. Information can only come in, and none can go out. As far as anyone outside this valley knows, Pendulum does not exist. This valley does not exist.
Okay, so both the Americans and the Soviets had been here. Soviets sending in people to subterfuge out some of the research, more or less mitigating our hoped advantage, and arguably probably stealing our research for these too, unless these were researched by them, but we found these in an American Army truck, so who knows.
To the Pendulum Research and Development Site. All personnel must report to the front desk.
News from Andrew Fisher. Due to the power strain, as the reactor ramps up production to meet our increased quota, we've experienced frequent power outages. As such, I've ordered Amrita generators as a backup power source to be temporarily installed throughout the facility. Blackouts should cease to occur. One would hope. better finish up this project soon. Those supply drops are only scheduled to arrive for a few more months. Otherwise, due to the isolation policy, we're on our own. The pilots knew nothing of this operation other than their orders to drop off supplies to this location until the end of this year. I think they were told this is for a mining operation. No wonder Fisher's going mad over our timelines. Okay. And you see what I mean about when they shut the music off, it becomes nice, and you have to deal with just the ambience. It actually becomes kind of eerie because of it. I actually like how empty this place feels. It kind of makes me want to shut the music off for the rest of the game, but some of the music is still nice. So I won't turn it off for the game, but just when the music is off and all you hear is the empty solitude of the building, it's eerie. Genuinely eerie. These things really are not that hard to deal with. Okay, I don't want to jump down just yet. Aha! And for good reason. Eh. Private Riley, I've been ordered to patrol the Soma facility again today. I've circled through the same rooms 30 times since noon. At least I get to smile at the cute scientist in the pressure chambers each time. She hasn't smiled back at me yet. I hope she doesn't find me creepy. Well, considering how the isolation went, maybe she already had someone, but... Note from a Pathfinder. It's odd to think about what exactly a life is once you've experienced quantum death. What exactly are the ingredients that make up my life? My ingredients aren't really any different from anyone else's. Carbon, calcium, hydrogen, etc. Held together with some energy. So what exactly makes me me? I guess, if anything, I'm just a pattern. One that forms out of the chaotic blender of matter in the universe, like a whirlpool out of the water. And when I die, that pattern simply dissipates back into the cosmos. Are we all the same universe simply expressing itself? And I'm gonna go with no. I personally am gonna go with no. Largely because as I play this, and if I take that mentality into consideration, I know I'm just gonna start talking like a hippie. Bro, maybe we're all the same universe. We're all just trying to express itself. Memo, all personnel are expected to work longer hours during the ramp and up in production. If you believe you are unable to perform your duties as expected, please report to a supervisor immediately. You will never be heard from again. Have a nice day. Infrastructure report. The reactor and thermal diffuser are very unstable and must be located both far apart and underground to ensure any accidental explosions are contained. Excuse you? Did you brush up against me? Large vents are needed. Would you stop that? Large vents are needed to circulate cool air deep into the mountain. Conveniently, one of the mountains already had ancient tunnels leading deep into the heart of the mountain. The site was chosen for the thermal diffuser and weapons sites. The two sites are connected via underground rail to transport materials. Okay. So I can get to one or the other via the... Jesus, lots of notes. Ralph, I saw you take a sip of my coffee this morning, and it wasn't the first time either. You know how scarce... Mother... Stop it! Coffee is getting scarce around here. Please stop sipping my coffee. Maybe he's trying to... get you some other... Maybe he's trying to get something else out of you. Note from a worker. I'm getting really sick of your attitude, Ralph. I saw you sneak into my office and steal pencils again. I'm running low and really need them for my work. The next supply drop isn't until the spring. Stop stealing my pencils, please and thank you, Frederick. So Frederick has a lot of problems. That no-good Simmons is sucking up to Fisher again. He's always first to volunteer for assignments, which is no surprise, as Fisher can hardly enter a room without him following. He's not even all that smart, just great at agreeing with everything Fisher has to say. Is that how you get ahead in these days? Thought I was going to say in this world, but close enough. Area 634 isolation policy is currently in effect. All vehicles and personnel entering the site can no longer leave until project completion. The rail tunnel and airport will remain closed until that time. All communication is on full lockdown. Thomas Wilson, head of Pendulum Transportation. Okay. Listen to that hum. Note from a psychologist. Several guards on night watch have reported large creature sightings. Some of them are a little shaken up by it. It might just be that being stuck out here in the middle of nowhere for so long is finally getting to them. Either way, we'll need full annual psychological assessments for all personnel in the near future. Charlotte Smith, Psychological Operations. Please report any suspicious activities to an officer immediately. Any hesitation could place the entire operation in jeopardy. Very true, as you already have Soviet spies here. Well, had. Okay, I think that's everything in here. Oh, one more note. A large-scale extinction event occurred in North America near the end of the Pleistocene period. Interestingly, the epicenter of extinction seems to stem from this valley's location. Could Area 634 have anything to do with it? Maybe. I doubt we'll get an answer to that question. All these notes! Please refrain from wasting office supplies unnecessarily. Stock is running low. Please exhaust all office supplies to their full extent. Hello? Could you not do that, please? Note from a Boilermaker. They told us we're building some sort of alternative energy facility here, but little else. Tradesmen are only allowed in certain areas at certain times for certain jobs. They're keeping us completely in the dark, having us all focus on a single task at a time rather than giving us any hints about the big picture. What are they hiding from us? A lot, good sir. Turns out they're hiding a lot. Note from a contractor. Now that the isolation policy is in effect, I found out this is a weapon project of some sort. I still don't know much, but I hope I can find out more. I just wish I could talk to my family back home. Let them know I'm doing okay. So they were cut off from everything in the outside world. Which... No. And that makes sense for an isolation policy, that they'd be cut off from every side of the outside. Still, though. Why was the isolation policy put into effect?
I can't believe it. I'm almost at a loss for words. This is the discovery of a lifetime. No, of the 20th century. Have I found Schrodinger's cat? This is beyond my wildest imagination. As a result of the reaction between the Amrita energy and a Pathfinder's own life force, they experience what I have dubbed quantum death. When a Pathfinder dies while wearing the suit, their consciousness branches into a new reality, unharmed. They achieve quantum immortality.
But how would you be able to prove it? If they enter a new reality, you would have no way of verifying it because you're from the old reality, right? So that person would cease to exist and just re-exist in another reality. But what if they didn't exist in that reality? They would just show up as some random schmuck. You have no way to prove it. But with that, I think I'll end it there for this episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you're liking the video game and the commentary. Feel free to like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment. And as always, if we're stuck inside, we might as well game. I'll see you next time.